Yo, good morning, and good morning, champions. My name is Marquise Money Mike Williams, and I would like to welcome you to Saturday morning training. I'm super duper fired up to have each and every one of you guys plugged in, connected with us this morning. Today is going to be amazing, and I hope and I pray that you get tons of value out of training today. Let me put my seat up a little bit so that you guys can not see all that top airspace above my head. But man, we're gonna jump right into it. I'm not gonna hold you guys too much longer today. I'm gonna keep training short and sweet. Today's training is entitled The 7 Keys to Success Plus One. It is my belief that when you are not getting the results that you want to get, if you're not getting the results that you want to get, then it can be traced back to one of these keys that you're not completing or not fulfilling within your business. So get out a pen, get out a piece of paper, pull out the notes app on your phone, and you guys, let's get busy. Now, as we always start, I make sure that everybody knows who your trainer is. I am Marquise Money Mike Williams. I'm a founding member and executive senior director here at JMG Direct. I want you to understand, if you don't understand or get anything else from training today, the difference between amateurs and professionals is training. So it's important that you show up every single week to get this value. Now, it's not just important that you show up. It's important that you show up and pay close attention, because I know people who show up, they put the phone down and they go watch TV or they go clean the house. That's doing yourself a disservice. When you schedule for success, when you schedule time for training, you need to give that time to training. It's like saying you're going to go out for date night, and then the whole date with your significant other, you're playing Candy Crush. Like, that's not date night. They're not going to be happy with you saying you're spending time with them and you're on the phone playing Candy Crush the whole time. Do people even play Candy Crush anymore? But anyways, so welcome all the new champions to our team. You guys, this is an exciting time right now. It's network marketing season. We made some significant changes to our compensation plan that puts a whole bunch more money on the table. If you're not getting after this money, then you need to take a mirror, stick it right up under your nose and see if it fogs up, because you might not be alive. Because to say you have goals and dreams, to say you have reasons that you want to be successful, and then for Paul D. Jones to roll out the red carpet and say, okay, you say you want it, here it is. You remember the old song that says, I could give it to you, but what you gonna do with it, right? Well, he gave it to you. He gave it to us. So what are we going to do with it? Right? There's a lot of people out there who are looking, praying for an opportunity, and we have a huge answer that we can provide for their prayers. But at the foundation, all we do is expose, right? All we do is expose. We inform people, we put them in front of the information, and if they want what we have to offer, we go ahead and open the door for them to rock with us. If they don't want what we have to offer, then we say next so fast we don't even put the T on it. Next. But you gotta expose. You gotta put the word out there. You can't be Men in Black. You can't be a secret agent. Every single person that you walk past in life, every person that you work with, everybody in your family, the numbers never lie. That's what I want you to understand. Sometimes we get afraid or we get hesitant. We're worried about talking to people because we let's just keep it 100 today. We fear rejection, right? People fear rejection, and that's a part of the business. That's going to happen. But when you realize that the cash flow quadrant says that most people are going to be employees and trade their time for money, a lot of people are happy with that. A lot of people love their job, and that's great. That's cool. But it doesn't change the fact that a lot of times it doesn't get them to where they want to be in life. All right. So it's not about liking or loving what you do. It's about putting people in a position to get where they want to be. Then you have a lot of people who are self-employed, right? They said, I'm not an employee anymore, but they own their own job. Barbers, hairstylists, doctors, lawyers. It doesn't matter. If a doctor doesn't see the patient, they don't get paid. If a lawyer doesn't try the case, they don't get paid. So ultimately, they're still trading their time for money. Well, 95% of the population will live, work, and die as an employee or a self-employed person. But there's only 5% of the wealth made in the world as an employee or a self-employed person. So if you truly want to be wealthy, it's not going to happen as an employee. It's not going to happen as a self-employed person. So if the people that you're talking to are employees or self-employed, they need this. They may not realize it, but your job is only to expose. Your job is only to plant seeds. So if you're doing your job, if you're following the process, then when they wake up and realize that they need more than what they're getting right now, then that seed is going to begin to grow. And they're going to remember that you planted the seed and you followed up with them and you continued to stay in contact with them. All right? Because when you shift over to the right side of the quadrant, you have you have business owners, which is what we are at the top. And then you have investors, which is at the bottom, which is the ultimate goal, to begin to make residual income and invest your money so that your money is making you money. But 95% of the wealth made in the world is made as a business owner or an investor, right? A business owner and an investor. And let me just keep it 100. All those people out there who are thinking about, oh, I'm going to jump into Forex. I'm an investor now. No, you're not an investor. You put a little bit of money in, but that's not, you're playing chutes and ladders. It's cool to invest a little bit of money, but if you don't have the money to invest, if you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, if you're taking the rent money trying to jump in the investment pool to bypass business ownership, then you're doing yourself a large disservice. Is it possible? Yeah, some people do get away with it and level up and start being successful with it. But it's so much simpler to take the road of saying, I'm going to be a business owner and I'm going to put systems in place that work for me. And not only am I going to put systems in place that work for me, I'm going to get paid doing what I'm already doing in life anyway. And I'm going to be able to pay it forward and help other people do the same thing. See, I look at this business like walking through a landmine, right? And once you understand where the landmines are, it's easy to navigate the field. And it's easy to help other people navigate the field. But if you so happen to get successful at investing, you're not able to take somebody by the hand and show them exactly the same path. Why? Because it's always forever changing. It's forever moving. So the 7 keys to success plus 1, I'm going to fly through these. Some of you have heard them before, but new people pay close attention. The first key, before I get into the keys, is to understand our launch strategy, right? Success with JMG is simple as 1, 2, 3. You must make one decision that you want something more out of life, but more importantly, you're willing to do the work that it takes to get it. Everybody likes the idea of being successful, but not everybody's willing to do the work. Man, I want to lose 20 pounds. You made the decision that you want something more out of life. Now you got to go to the gym. Now you got to eat right. Everybody's not willing to do the work. I want to be financially and time free. Great. Make that decision. But now you got to be willing to do the work. What's the work? Gather 2 customers, preferably auto ship customers, so that you're qualified to get paid. Then partner with 3 people and teach them how to do the same thing. Make a decision, get qualified. This is a very simple business. You just got to go out and do the work. So if you have any questions during training, I'd be happy to answer them. I'm here. I'm a servant, and I want to make sure that you have clear understanding, because my pastor always says, in all thy getting, get understanding. But the world is yours. I said that last week. That was last week's training. I want you to understand that. When going back to the 7 keys plus 1, it's to recognize that the world is yours for the taking. Whatever your world is, whatever vision that you see is yours. So the 7 keys to success. We're going to jump right into this deal right now, right? Number 1, follow the system. My bad. Testing 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me again? Can you hear me again? Let's go back. Testing 1 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Thanks for the heads up. What was the last thing that you heard? Catherine or Duran? Let me know so I can piggyback and make sure that you're able to jump back to it. I'm just gonna piggyback just so I can make sure that we're clear. What I was saying on this side was system stands for save yourself time, energy, and money, right? We have a lot going on in life as it is. You work. Most people are consumed by their work at their job, or if they have a traditional business. And even though they recognize it's not going to get them to where they want to be, they still have to maintain it to maintain the level that they're at, right? So we want to have something in place that's allowing us to make money even when we don't work, all right? So it's important that you check your feelings at the door, right? It's important that you follow the already proven system. It's important that you follow the directions, because at the end of the day, you can follow our already proven system, or you could do things your way. Your way is an unknown. But if you follow the system, then it leads you to success, right? It leads you to success. See, a lot of people have different things going on, and I'm not really sure. And you guys can let me know if you heard me talking about the cash flow quadrant or not. But a lot of people have their idea, and there's a lot of different things that pop up on the internet. And the problem with things that pop up on the internet is it leads people down a path that may have worked for one person, but it's not duplicable for it to work for the other people. So when that one person is successful, they think it's something that's proven to work. And no, you may have just got lucky. You may have just hit the right stock or invested in the right thing, but that's not something that you could teach to other people. And people are making the mistake of thinking that they can become teachers because they got lucky, right? And there's a difference. Our system is already proven to be successful. So that's why we're leading people down the path of success by following our system. But personalities don't duplicate. So when people come in and they want to do things their way, see, the people that you bring in, your 3 people don't have the same personality as you. They don't have the same network as you. They don't have the same swag and the same sauce as you. So what happens is they end up bumping their head and not being successful and getting frustrated and quitting. So you want to limit that by helping people follow an already proven system. All right. So then the second key is your reasons or your why. I always say until you know why, the how doesn't matter. Until you know why, the how doesn't matter. Why you do something is more important than how you do something. And it can't just be the money. It can't be I got to get to the bag. It can't be I got to level up and get rich. What are the reasons that you want to get to the bag? What are the reasons that you want to be rich? Because if you don't recognize those from the beginning, then you're going to quit because you don't have any foundation. You don't have anything that's holding. You don't have any glue that's keeping you committed and keeping you honest to the reason. Because remember, the first step in our launch strategy, the first thing is you must make the decision that you want something more out of life. But more importantly, you're willing to do the work that it takes to get it. And if you don't have that reason, that fire behind the reason to do the work that it takes to get it, then you're going to quit because you don't have anything that's tying you and connecting you. Number 3, schedule for success. This is one a lot of people miss. They think that they could just fit their business into their already busy lives and their already busy schedule. But the reality is you must schedule for success. If success isn't on your schedule, then how can you be successful? If success isn't on your schedule, how can you be successful? Take the time to map out all the things that you're committed to, all the things that are taking your time. Put it out on a piece of paper. Put it out on a piece of paper so that you can see it. Don't try to keep it up in here. See it so that you can get a clear understanding and a clear idea where your time is going. That way you can identify what's helping you reach your goals and dreams and what's not. Because it's your time. What you do with that is up to you. The 4th key is our VIP list, right? Who do you know? Who do you know? It's not who do you know that would want to do this. It's not who do you know that would be good at online marketing. It's not who do you know that needs money. It's not who do you know that doesn't have a job. It's who do you know, period. Space. Who do you know? Who do you know? And just list everybody. You take everything that you thought of and you list it, add it to the end. Who do you know that wants more out of life? Who do you know that is sick and tired of being overworked and underpaid? Who do you know that feels undervalued? Who do you know that wants to buy a car? Who do you know that wants to buy a house? Who do you know that has something positive that they want in their life? Don't look for people who need money. Look for people who want more money because we are in the people business. JMG Direct is in the Body Worth supplements business. JMG Direct is in the Luster Shine car care business. JMG Direct is in the You're a King self-care business. JMG Direct is the marketing company. We are the marketing arm. So we have to go out and get the people to provide the JMG Direct. Don't fear man or woman's opinion. It always amazes me when I see the cartoon with the elephant jumping on the chair and scared of the mouse. It's like, man, just go ahead and step on that mouse. Your dreams are like the elephant, and your fears are like the mouse. Don't be jumping around afraid of your fears. When your dreams are the elephant that can crush your fears, all you have to do is just make the decision to do it. The only thing that's stopping you is you. Oh, I see my swag didn't save right. All right. So 4 is really a product of the product, right? We just went through the list. Before it's being a product of the product, it's important that you utilize the product yourself, because if nobody needs to believe in the products and services more than the person who's going to be marketing and sharing them with others, right? So you got to be a product of the product. It's very important. Your two customers should be yourself. Your two customers should be yourself. That way you're always qualified to get paid. You control that qualification yourself. But if you go out and say, you know what, I can't afford to be my own customer, I'm going to go get the customers, that's great if you truly can't afford it. But what happens is when somebody's card expires, or they lose their card and they get a new one, and they don't think, oh, I got to update my JMG Direct. And then it comes and billing happens and you only have one customer instead of two. You can't go to JMG Direct and say, oh, see what happened was I still want you to pay me. No, you're the CEO of your own business. So if you keep the two customers in-house, you may you may pay for your mom to have body worth. You may pay for your dad to have luster shine. Or whatever the case may be, whatever your customers are. But make sure that you control it. That way you know when the billing happens. So 6, get connected. We have a prosperity community here, right? Both online and offline. That's what we're building. We're building a team of like-minded individuals. And it's near impossible to be successful alone. It's near impossible to be successful alone. If you got people on your team, but you never call your people on your team, if you never connect with the people on your team, you never hang out with the people on your team, then that's not going to be a great team. You got to at least connect them to the prosperity community so that they can see it's bigger than just them. They're not on an island. That's why it's so important to connect on training. So important to connect to the Simple Wealth Blueprint on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's so important to stay connected over text messages or social media. That's important. We are here to support and to serve you. So the 7th key to success is probably the most important. It's the important key to success. The +1 is going to be the most important, but that's not one of the 7 keys. This is the most important key to success, because in order for your situation to change, you have to first be willing to change yourself. See, personal growth and development is important because you can work hard on your job, your business, whatever you have going on in life, and you'll make a pretty good living. You might even make some money as well. But when you work hard on yourself to become a better you, when you show yourself love, that is when you begin to make a fortune. See, a lot of people want to apply the same habits, the same thought processes, the same mindset, the same ways that got them to where they are right now in life, which for some people, that's awesome where you are, but it's not going to level up. You're not going to go from good to great. You're not going to go from great to phenomenal with the same mindset and the same ways that you used to get there. You got to change. You got to grow. So you don't attract who you want. You attract who you are. You don't attract who you want. You attract who you are. So if you want to attract better people into your team, into your business, you got to change and grow who you are. I often say this business is just a personal growth and development business with a compensation plan attached. You got to invest into some personal growth and development. I always recommend start. If you haven't read Paul D. Jones's books, start there. Great books. Great books. They're right in your online store. You can actually earn a customer point and a commission for purchasing them. If you haven't gotten them, it's important that you go ahead and grab them and read them. So the plus one, after you've looked at all the keys and you say, okay, I'm not doing one of these. That's why I'm not getting the results that I want. But if you look through all those and you say, you know what, I'm following the system. I know my why. I got my schedule. I scheduled productive time for my business. I'm using the product myself. I got my list of people. I'm connected to the prosperity community. I'm growing. I'm reading books. I'm listening to audio CDs. If you're doing all these things, then the last thing that you need to do, you haven't done, is you're not taking action. And I need to change that to taking massive action, because success loves speed. Success loves speed. Set your goals, set your targets, monitor it. Know what you're working towards. I recommend every Saturday, set a goal for the week. How many people am I going to talk to? How many customers am I going to get? How many reps am I going to get? You set that goal on Saturday. And then Friday, Wednesday, you look at where you are with your goals. Because then you got to make some adjustments. Tuesday night even. Because if you're nowhere near, then you got to adjust your work ethic. You got to adjust what you're doing. This is a business. You got to make adjustments. But you can't hit a target if you don't have one. And at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is results. So Friday, you should look up and you should be celebrating hitting your goal. Or putting your head down and saying, you know what, babe, we can't have date night tonight. I ain't hit the goal. I got to crush it today so that I can hit the goal. I can go across the finish line. But you got to set goals. Because if you're not setting goals, if you're just winging it, then you have no idea you have nothing to measure yourself against. So a few opening lines to help you out with taking action. Do you keep your options open for other ways to make extra money? This is the universal line. You can say it to anybody. You can say it to waitresses. You can say it to the guy at the grocery store. You can say it to the guy at the gas station. You can say it to your cousin. You can say it to anybody. Hey, do you keep your options open for other ways to make extra money? You can also say this one. If the money were right and it fit into your schedule, would you be open to taking a look at a strong business opportunity? These are universal lines that work anywhere with anybody. You can't hit a target if you don't have one. If you set it out in your mind, I'm going to say these lines to more people this week than ever before, I promise you, you'll set more appointments, you'll get more people in front of the plan. But you miss 100% of the shots that you do not take. So we got the Simple Wealth Blueprint this Tuesday. It's going down. Make sure that you're there. But more importantly, make sure that you have some other people there as well to plug in. The Paul D. Jones Show, man, it has been hitting. If you missed last week's, then you definitely want to plug in. Go back. Look at it. Go to thepauldjoneshow.com. Listen. It's going to help you level up. It's going to help you become a better you. That's part of personal growth and development. It shouldn't be your only source, but it should definitely be a source. The owner of the company that you work with is putting out value. Why wouldn't you plug into that value? He wants to help you win. He wants to help you win. And it's not just because you're a part of his company. He wants to improve the lives of as many people as he possibly can. So the call to action for this week: never give up. When you're defeated, go back to what you know. Go back to those 7 keys to success and see where you're lacking. And if you're not lacking in any of them, then take massive action on everything that you've been doing. Because the only way to fail is to give up and quit. Second, be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. It is time to lead, follow, or get the hell up out the way. Because you guys, we got the changes within the compensation plan are some of the most phenomenal things I've ever seen across the board in this industry. We were already one of the best companies, but I can hands down say we are the best company right now. We are the best kept secret because there's no shortage of people needing JMG Direct. Only a shortage of people spreading the word. So commit to showing up. Be on the calls, be on the podcast, be on the training, be on the Simple Wealth Blueprint. Connect. There's no way to be successful if success isn't on your schedule. Send out 10 invitations per day. Send out 10 invitations per day. I gave you the opening lines. Calls, texts, inbox. This will lead to people who raise their hand and say, you know what? I want to be a part of this. I want to see what you're talking about. And your ultimate goal is partner with your 3 people this week. Guys, if you want to be a superstar and eventually a rock star, there's $300 per month waiting for you. It's just sitting there. And it's up to you to go get it because you're the best investment that you got. And I want to thank you for plugging in. These links are there for your use, but you're the best investment that you got. You're born to win. It's your birthright to win. So play to win right now. You got to play to win. You can't sit on the sidelines and win. But play to win right now because you are already a champion. I got each and every one of your backs. I love you. I see you on the top, and I see you at the bank. Peace.